Hello, it's Charlene. I'm the She from She Creates Stuff, and I'm back as I promised with what I do with these labels. Again, I got the idea from another lady on YouTube, a fabulous artist, Louise Heinzel. I believe I'm saying her name correctly. And it just was so cool. You can use it in junk journals. You could use it in so many ways. You could put it on an envelope that you're mailing or a gift for a friend, whatever. And so I'm going to show you what you do after you put your distressed inks. And we used the Tim Holtz, well, actually it's Ranger, Wild Honey, and the Vintage Photo. And you can see that other video as to how they were applied. Now we're going to take archival ink. Again, this is Ranger, and we're going to, dig out your stamps, but dig out the little ones. You don't want them terribly small. This says happy, and I find that it doesn't fit perfectly, but it fits enough where you can tell that it's saying happy, and that's kind of a cool touch. Also, we have the larger ones, and it fits perfectly on these, so we're going to use that. If you're like me, you have all kinds of stamps, and I don't know if you can see that this set actually has some tiny little stamps with sentiments on it. Words such as always, still, you, I think it says you and me, to you, to me. This is a and ever. This is an everything. All kinds of little sentiments that you can put together to form a sentence. And anyway, those would be ideal for these smaller labels. I'm not going to mess with them today, though. They're so tiny, and I'm too old to be looking at that tiny little print. I can't even figure out what some of these other stamps say. I do love this stamp. Let me just show you real quick what it says, because it is a cool stamp. So you can do your inking either method, what works for you. Some people ink it this way, and sometimes there's benefit to that, and then other people ink it this way. So let's stamp it, and I'm going to let you guys read what it says. I'm trying to get it where most of the print is on the label. All right, so we'll wipe that off in a minute. It says creativity is allowing yourself to make mistakes. Art is knowing which ones to keep. Isn't that just awesome? I love that. That's so my philosophy. Over the years, you will get better at figuring out what happy accidents are actually art. And even the things that you think are not that attractive, don't toss them out automatically, because you may find that you can use them in a lot of other ways, or you can layer things on top of them. You can usually alter them in some creative way to make them really attractive. So don't throw things out hastily, even if you think it's a fail. All right, so I've removed my ink from my stamp, and so we're gonna use these small ones. Also, and I know you can't see this, it's got an extra stamp on the back of it, but this is just a texture. It's just a design, circles and dots, and those are always very cool and creative looking. And so you can add that to your labels, and because it is, they're spread out, you're gonna get parts of the stamp on one and something different on the other. So, and there'll be gaps in between where it doesn't hit the actual label. So just print. Whoops, can't keep that in my hand. Just go along and print. Be sure you get those ghost prints. Don't hesitate to use your stamp until it's, woo, that was loud, until it's all used up. Go ahead and add some more ink and spread that around. Put it in different places. Get the ghost prints until it's all cleaned off. And I love this one. It is polka dots. So it's small. The polka dots are small. I thought, okay, that's cool. That'll spread out nicely. I actually think the ghost ones of these are even cooler. So I'm not gonna do a whole lot of everything, but I'm gonna do enough to where I think you're gonna get the idea. I know this is really noisy, but sorry, darling, that's the way it is. Get the ghost prints. Don't forget to get the ghost prints. Okay, so now let's move on to some little florals. Those look really pretty on here. I loaded a bunch of little stamps on this piece of acrylic that I have, and so there's no rhyme or reason to it. I love this one with the dots. That turned out really cute on some other labels that I had made. So I'm going to use that again. Let me turn it this way and load that up. Getting ink all over my hands, but such is the life of an artist. All right, so even if, oops, that one says I love you and it's kind of too low, so we'll put it on its own little block. Let's see, let's get some of this good stuff printed. I've got some hearts, some circles, a flower, an arrow. I do like that flower. It's very bold. And again, get your ghost prints because they look cool. Oops. Let's see. Not even sure if I'm getting any of that one. Yep, there we go. Circle with a star. All right, so now I'm going to clean these real quick. You know, you just have to get a grip sometimes because they are definitely going to get stained. Your stamps, acrylic stamps especially, they're going to get, well, I guess the rubber ones too, but anyway, they're going to get stained, and it doesn't harm them, so just relax, let it go. All right, I love you. There's another one, and you don't have to worry about getting it all on the same label. It says love you if you don't, it says I love if you do, you know, so whatever. Just go with the flow, you know, turn it sideways, print on top of each other. That way it doesn't matter if you can read it or not. You're just getting the letters some letters on there, which always looks cool. At least I think. Again, remember, get those ghost prints off of there. All right, so I'll probably come back and do a little more on those, but let's move on. I did use this one a little bit on the first go round, but I really didn't see much on it. And this is one of those stamps that looks really cool side by side. You can get the whole stamp on a label, and that looks pretty neat. The ghost prints look even cooler in my opinion, but you know, everybody may not feel that way, or some of you may not, some of you might, I don't know. I'm not your mother, as Nick the Booksmith says. Do what you want to do. I'm not your mother. So true. And art is so very much a personal experience. Don't compare yourself to other people. You know, learn from them. Share with other artists what you know, and or maybe what you're learning. That's always cool. But don't feel that you are not good because your art doesn't look like everybody else's. Because yes, we create art to share, to sell, you know, for other purposes, but most of all, we create it for ourselves. It's a form of self-expression, and if you're like me, you absolutely have to create. It's just, that's the way it is. It's the way it's always been for me, and I would go stark raving mad if I wasn't able. Of course, that's debatable. Some may think I'm mad already, and that's okay. But anyway, so let's get some ghost prints on this one. This one is really, this sheet is turning out to be really cool because it has a lot of ghost prints on it, and it's just, you know, they're fading into the background, and it's getting all jumbled up, which looks really cool. I had some really cute flowers over here that I used on my other stamps that I really liked in a little group. That was fun. Like I said a minute ago, there's a butterfly, woohoo. Like I said a minute ago, some of them, you know, don't get on the label, but that's okay. It's cool. We can deal with that. There's a sentiment here. Oh yeah, that's the one that says handmade with love. I did use that, but I don't want to use that right now. What else is there? I do like the star, and there's even a snowflake, and that's all right too because it kind of looks like a star. So we're going to put that on there and load it up with ink. And give her a go. Let's see, let's find one that's needing a little more of something. Some pretty elements, just so fabulous. This is fun to do too. I don't know about you, but it's therapeutic to me. It's not only a way of expressing myself, also I think we test our limits. We see what we can reach in and pull out of ourselves. And so that's a form of self-expression. It's beneficial, absolutely. And you can kind of turn this stamp also and pick up, you know, different components. If you don't like a certain element or you have too much of it, just rotate your stamp and you're good to go. All right, so that's really pretty much all there is to it. So we've got a variety here. And now think about it, when you peel these off, you're not going to see the rest of the labels, you're just gonna have cool little bits and pieces on those labels. I'll go back and redo some of these, but some of them are like pretty completed. That's almost there. Anyway, that's what I did. This one needs some more work, but you know, if you just want to put dots on stuff, that's cool looking too, right? Okay, so that's all I have. That was the completion of the labels that I started. Was gonna do these, but they're not quite dry, so I don't want to muck them up. And I think I've gone on long enough. So again, this is Shirlene, the she, and she creates stuff. So we'll see you next time. Bye.